I've been trying to tell myself lately that I'm too blessed to be stressed, right? I'm very fortunate. I'm tall, handsome, humble, and sexy, of course. But I have a good, clean bill of health. I'm in the very tail end of my 20s here. I got a whole lifetime ahead, going to come into my prime peak years ahead. There's lots of things to look forward to, personally for me. And ultimately, I'm not in Iran, right? If I was in Iran, things could be a whole lot worse. Well, I'm not in Iran yet. I don't know, when I saw Carney talking about, we haven't ruled out sending out troops to support him, I thought, oh boy. Oh boy. You know what? I didn't have this in the programming, but just a thought coming to mind here. If Canada was to support that, which, I mean, it's kind of funny. Our borders here are completely wide open, but we got to go help secure some border over the Middle East that has no influence on us. But we'll just leave the borders here wide open and be invaded. But there's like 13 people in the Canadian military countrywide. So I don't know who's going to go fight for their country. I even thought the other day, too, I thought, if the Prime Minister invokes something to have like a military draft where all military age men in Canada have to go and fight, I would probably be in that camp. But I thought to myself, pretty much every military age male that I know would not go and fight for their country. I have zero desire to go and fight for my country. If somebody was going to come over and come in and take over and invade, I'd say, right this way, fellas. The gold mine's over there. The stuff you want's there. Please make yourself at home. Put your coat up on the bed, like the late great Gord Downie once said. Jacques Cartier, right this way. But there's no sense of patriotism within the country or current level of pride, even in myself, to want to go and do that. But then I thought, to be the logical person that I am, I thought, well, maybe if everybody was forced to go and fight for the country in the military against their will, people would protest and have a giant civil unrest, hopefully a peaceful revolution. But then they would use that to, like the trucker convoy, break out the military, break out the RCMP, break out the ride horses, etc., freeze bank accounts, and then take a bunch of people and say, you're going whether you like it or not. Sadly, I'd probably be one of them. And we'll go throw your ass over in Iran and you can go die in the Middle East type of deal. And maybe, who knows, maybe it's the final stage to bring in the surveillance state of like, oh, look at how crazy things are. People are protesting. We need mass surveillance and AI police to keep everything secure. And also all the white Canadians that, born and raised like myself, even though I look like it, will send your ass over to go die in the Middle East. And then that'll be the end of white males in Canada. They'll be able to just have the women left. Nobody will be here to support and protect them. I mean, I've argued before that Canadian men have just completely dropped the ball in protecting our women. Like our beautiful white Canadian women that I love so much, we have completely abandoned and dropped the ball in allowing them to be manipulated the way that they have been, and using them as a pawn to facilitate the destruction, the demolition, the controlled demolition of our country. It's awful. But who knows? I wonder with the majority, though, with his, negotiated majority, I wonder when is enough enough? Have Canadians had enough yet? Have they suffered enough? Is there an appetite for radical change? Is there an appetite to say, okay, that's the last straw. I'm willing to go down to Ottawa? Because realistically speaking, you're not allowed to say it. And I think Bill C-9 is kind of further emphasized and like, hey, don't say this or you're going to go to jail. But the reality is, like, Canada needs a peaceful revolution. Like, if the trucker convoy had 100,000 people in Ottawa, we need 1 million people going down to Ottawa to say, we want the country back. Enough. Like, you politicians hate us. You despise us. You do not work for us. You hate people like me. You hate the average person going about their day-to-day life, trying to provide, trying to have kids, reproduce, have one kid, have a woman that respects them, and have a life that they find fulfillment in. You hate people like us. You despise us. We'd like our country back, please, and some semblance of normalcy of the Canada that I grew up in, because this is not the Canada that I grew up in. And it's terrifying. I don't know about anybody else. I've said it before. I'm a very large man. I'm 6'5", 240 pounds. I train Muay Thai. I train fighting. With that said, when I go out in public, I'm still very concerned that I'm going to be stabbed at the next opportunity, if it's on the bus, on the SkyTrain, whatever. Because the streets just feel unsafe. It's crazy. I don't know if anybody else shares that same feeling, but I definitely feel it. And just remember all the things that they're spending money on to keep you quiet, to censor you, to control the internet, to freeze bank accounts, send the riot police out there. Remember, it was that or reasonable healthcare, free healthcare. It's not free, obviously, or fixing the roads. God forbid. I don't mind driving in downtown Winnipeg. It's kind of like driving through Bosnia, but we'll make do with what we got for the time being, shall we say? But I think Canada really does need a peaceful resolution or a peaceful revolution of people going down to Ottawa and please, we'd like our country back. I mean, pick a date. Pick any date you want. April 15th, the day the Titanic sunk, because that does have some connection to the problems that we have. For those that know, if you know, you know, and if you don't, then you don't know. But everybody, if you get it, leave a comment in the comment section. Let the people know what they're missing. And by the way, if you're enjoying this content, if you're enjoying this video, become a channel member. It's 99 cents. Don't be a coward. Support the content creation like this. There's a whole slew of videos waiting for you to watch for free when you sign up and when you join. If you like what I'm saying, nobody else wants to say it, put your money where your mouth is. Back to the programming. So let's say April 15th. Everybody goes down to Ottawa, outside the House of Commons, Parliament building, in their new nuclear-proof bunker that they're building. We'd like our country back. I don't see anything wrong with that. Not a riot, not a crazy ICE protest or, Minneapolis 2020 type of nonsense, looting and burning down the country. When it's for something degenerate, they have no problem with that. But if it's, we like our country back, please, they have a huge problem with that. Hopefully it stays peaceful, if it was to happen. Who knows? Maybe it turns into Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers 2004. Steven Jackson, Ron Artest your ass. I mean, one could argue that the RCMP played the role of the Detroit Pistons and Ben Wallace and Steven Jackson in 2004 during the trucker convoy. But anyway, hopefully that puts a smile on your face. I was thinking about that on my walk into the studio this morning. I thought for sure that would put a smile on mine. But like I said, it doesn't seem like there's an appetite for change because, what is the other option, right? You have the Liberals demolishing the country, doing whatever they want. Did you hear? Pierre only wants 250,000 immigrants a year instead of 750,000. Yay! Isn't that awesome? Only 250,000 instead of 750,000. Fantastic. Yes. Yes, that's awesome. What does the future look like? I wrote this down for you. The future of Canada. You'll be competing with immigrants for jobs, the boomers for housing. The population hates you if you're white because, you're privileged. And if you question it, you are racist and you are terrible. And the thing is, like I mentioned off the top of the show, I'm not even white. I am a card-carrying member of the Native community. I went to school for free. I got paid to go to school by your tax dollars. So thank you very much for paying me to go to school. I know university is a giant indoctrination center, but thank you for paying for it. I'm like the only person trying to support you white people and trying to keep your race alive. My goodness.